Do not let anyone extinguish your light. Your radiance is your power. Once upon a time, in a quiet corner of the forest, there was a horse and a butterfly, two seemingly different souls but bound by a special connection. The horse, despite its apparent freedom, had limitations that prevented it from exploring the forest as the butterfly did. However, this did not stop the butterfly from visiting him constantly. The butterfly, with its multicolored wings, flew through the forest with grace and joy. Its life was a constant dance among the flowers and the rays of the sun, while the horse used to be rough with the butterfly, using harsh words and occasionally smirking at her, one of the few smiles the horse gave. However, one day something changed. The butterfly had important things taken away from her. First, they stole her color and then her smile. Despite all adversities, she chose to forget the pain and keep a smile in her heart. Months passed, and one day the butterfly did not appear to visit her companion. The horse barely noticed her absence until one day, puzzled by the butterfly's absence, the horse felt a strange mix of guilt and sadness. Despite his rude attitude, there was something about the butterfly that touched his heart, and he decided to search for his friend. Tired, he lay down under a tree. At that moment, a bird approached and asked who he was and what he was doing there. The horse, disheartened, told his story and how he was searching for the butterfly. The bird, surprised, said, "So are you the horse the butterfly spoke so much about? She died a few months ago," said the bird. The horse replied, "No, that horse is not me," and filled with sadness asked, "How did the butterfly die?" The bird told him that, although she was a great friend to everyone, a horse in the forest had mistreated her terribly. Despite the injuries, she never revealed who was the author of her suffering, choosing to speak only of the good visits she had made in her life. The horse, overwhelmed by sadness and regret, cried in silence. The bird, understanding his pain, offered comfort and understanding. "Don't cry, my friend," said the bird. "I know how much you must be suffering. Despite everything, she always reminded us that we were friends, and I understand that she lost her wings and ultimately her life due to the bad actions of another. But even in her suffering, she chose to focus on the good visits she made instead of the violence she faced. Let's cherish her memory and learn from her bravery." With these words, the horse found solace and understanding amid the sadness, remembering the butterfly for her courage and unwavering love. Often, we cling to relationships that steal our joy, convinced that things will get better. But the truth is, we deserve more than a connection that dims our light. The story of the horse and the butterfly shows us that our happiness is in our hands. We don't need to wait for someone else to ignite our spark. We must be the guardians of our own brightness. In the process of freeing ourselves from toxic relationships, we face the opportunity to redefine our concept of self-love. We discover that we deserve a connection that not only makes us feel whole, but also respects and celebrates our individuality. This emotional rebirth teaches us to establish healthy boundaries, recognize our needs, and prioritize our well-being. By breaking free from toxicity, we regain control over our narrative. It's like writing a new chapter in the book of our lives, where we are the authors of our own story. This ability to narrate our experience empowers us and helps us understand that our worth is not determined by the success or failure of a relationship, but by the relationship we maintain with ourselves. The journey to self-affirmation challenges us to embrace vulnerability and transform our emotional scars into badges of resilience. It's a reminder that self-love is an ongoing process, an investment in our own growth and happiness that is priceless. By sharing our overcoming experiences, we not only build a bridge to empathy, but also inspire others to embark on their own journey of self-discovery. In this act of solidarity, we create a support network that lights the way for those still seeking an exit from relationships that steal their light. This liberation process not only allows us to find internal peace, but also places us in the driver's seat of our emotional destiny. By leaving behind what harmed us, we open the door to new opportunities for love and personal growth. Ultimately, the courage to break free from relationships that dim our light guides us toward a future where we are the architects of our own happiness. On the other hand, this story reminds us that sometimes we fall into the trap of imitating the horse in its treatment of the butterfly, showing disdain or indifference toward our partner. But let's remember that real love grows in a soil of mutual respect and understanding. Let's not forget that our words and actions, though they may seem insignificant, can imprison those we love in a dark and gloomy world. Every hurtful word, every gesture of contempt, extinguishes the spark of love that illuminates our relationship. It is essential to value the presence of our loved ones and honor their emotions, even in disagreements. Instead of belittling, let's seek to understand and support. Let's follow the butterfly's example and cultivate lightness and care in our relationships. Small gestures of love and understanding can brighten the darkest days. Let's not allow momentary frustration to cloud the beauty of love. Let's be like the butterfly, spreading affection and light in every corner of our relationship. True greatness is found in how we treat our partner during challenging times. Instead of extinguishing the light, let's nurture the flame of love and connection. The real magic lies in mutual respect and tenderness, even when things get tough. Let's not allow our ego to overshadow the brilliance of love. If this message has inspired you and you crave more motivational stories and advice, I invite you to subscribe to our channel. Similarly, I encourage you to watch the story that appears on the screen.